You know,
What's up with them?
Dude, I gotta tell you guys, I'm talking to my kid over here about this yesterday, and he's saying that like all the music that his friends in high school are listening to, it's all coming from TikTok. Like that's where they're hearing all this music first time, because they don't listen to the radio. These 14, 15-year-olds, he's never gonna turn on the radio in his life. He's watching TikTok, finding new information, new music from that, and that's what him and all his friends are talking
Dude,
about.
my son does. He's working on Rage Against the Machine or fucking working on like a Metallica song or something. Like, where'd you get that? It's like, oh, TikTok. I'm like, right on, dude. And he's like, oh, I like Hank 3 and Nirvana and Metallica and like Slipknot a lot right now. And I'm like, oh, right on, dude.
That's musically,
enjoy that shit.
See, you guys are good influences on your kids for helping them get into good music, though. Sorry, Champ. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think that, like, okay, so I'd prefer for them to find music through TikTok than to find it through the radio, because the radio is going to be like the same top 40 crap over and over and over and over again. Like, I mean, they're still playing goddamn the same Bad Romance song by Lady Gaga from 2005, like 50 times a day. You know what I mean?
It's because that's the best song ever, Champ. No.
I do like that song.
But besides that point, you know, the next one, but like when they go on TikTok, they are hearing like classic rock jams and stuff like that. Yeah. Like he knows some Cream songs. You know what I mean? Like he would have never heard that. I probably wasn't.
Well, think is TikTok like the fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater and Guitar Hero?
No, it's
those things brought in. Yeah, but they opened their eyes of many people to music they wouldn't have listened to because it was a game. Yeah. There were all these bands like, what is this? And then Guitar Hero did the same shit. And now it's like TikTok, like they make a goofy video to some song that they're making fun of, and then they end up listening to the song.
Exactly. and the music
leads to other things. Yeah,
the spectrum is so diverse. Like they hear these rap songs, like underground rap songs that like get popular, but then they also hear songs from the 70s and shit. Like you're not going to get both of those things from one radio station.
No,
if you turn that on, you know. Yeah. So I wonder how, I don't know if TikTok is going to last, like how long it's going to last, like all these social media platforms that disappear. And there's a lot of things that aggravate me about TikTok in general, but musically, it's probably the best thing that's come out for the young.
Interesting.
I started putting up guitar scales. Oh, go ahead. You were breaking up, Champ. That's why I talked over you by accident. Sorry. Go ahead. Say that again. The last part.
Oh, I was just saying that of all of the social media presence that we've had over the last like 10 years, TikTok is probably the one that has allowed for the younger generation to find the most diverse music that we've had access to.
Right on.
And that's exactly why I started posting guitar scales on TikTok, and they're do well because there's kids out there that want to learn music. You know, when I sit down with my son and we go over scales and stuff, he just
maybe that's so I could teach my son because he won't ask me.
Yeah. Just tell him
to put it on TikTok and then he fucking listen to me.
Tell him to follow me on TikTok. He can learn all this.
No, I'm not gonna tell him follow you. I'll put my own videos up.
Literally, I was showing my son the minor pentatonic scale. I'm like, here, watch my TikTok video if you forget.
Dude, that's the way to do it.
I totally bummed him out the other day because he was learning a song and he's like, oh, check it out. I learned this. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, let me show you something. I showed him the right way to play it. And he's like he learned it by himself and he wanted to show me. And I'm like, yeah, you're wrong. I was like, fucking asshole. Why did I do that?
Yeah.
You're wrong. I'm like, let me show you this. Here's how he's actually playing it. You know,
you gotta be careful because you only can show them when they want you to show them.
I know, dude. That would have hit me. I'm like, oh, I was trying to be cool about it. I'm like, I just told him he was wrong. And I basically showed him he had to really relearn the whole thing. That wasn't cool.
That's like when I learned.
It probably hurt his spirit a little bit.
Yeah.
I've done that too.
Happened to me when I was younger. Like I learned to smoke on the water on the low E string, just one note.
Not the right note.
And then they're like, actually it's in G and it's this power, like this dyad power chord. Yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I guess I can't play it with you guys.
I got carried away the other day. I was teaching him, right? I'm like, and I get overly excited when I'm teaching. So I'm like, then you can do this and do this. And my son literally looks at me. He's like, show off. Like, I'm sorry. Here you go. I'm like, then you can do this and then do that. His mind was just like looking at me. I'm like, all right, let's go back to the first thing I showed you.
That's why it's hard for like experienced people to teach because you expect them to know all the stuff you already know. So you're like, it's just like this. And then you're like, oh.
Yeah,
We
I
really-
tried to bring it back and be like,
6 years.
you know, man, what you're doing is fucking cool, man. It's good. Proud of you. Good. Fuck, my dick.
It's like when friggin' Rick Beato posts those guitar videos, like going up different modes and like play the 1, 3, 7 and just go up octave by octave in this mode, and he's like,
And he shreds down the
What the hell
guitar.
did I just watch? I don't know how to do this just from watching that.
It helps if you
Honestly,
compress his videos. They're easier to watch.
Rick Beato
That was a joke.
inspired me more or less to do those scale videos because I was like, dude, come on, man. Nobody's going to follow this.
At least show the tab on the screen.
Right.
And, yeah. Or when he does show the tab, it lights up super fast. So it's like, like nobody's
And you can't pause on shorts,
yeah.
or like it's really hard to.
That's why I
Dude,
just
this is one of the benefits of kind of sucking at my instrument. You know, I if I want to show my son something, I'm never gonna even like outshine him.
Okay, Champ, you need to start a
Somebody got
TikTok channel for guitar lessons, and everyone can send their kids to you.
Hey,
to learn.
who wants to learn? What beginners want to learn from a beginner?
Then when they
Gotcha.
pass your course, they can move on
you'd
to
be
Alan's
surprised.
page.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people out there. That's why I didn't take it for granted putting up those scales. I'm like, no, I have a feeling people on TikTok are, because I couldn't find any guitar lessons on TikTok. I'm like, there's nothing on here. Let me just see how this works. And let me just post like basic mini lessons, you know, that are helpful. It's
Cool, man.
but I think that's hey, if that's where they're at, that's where they're at. I know TikTok is not the greatest thing ever. But I mean, they
Well,
can
you
find
guys are
some
making me
lessons.
hopeful about it. Like
It's got its
listening,
use.
because like I personally like I watch a lot of videos that talk about the really stupid side of TikTok. So I'm like, God,
Yeah.
that's the TikTok's destroying us. But then when I hear what you guys are saying, like you can definitely find really cool communities on TikTok. I mean, YouTube's
Oh,
the same
definitely.
way, you know, like if you find the cool and productive communities actually in there, it can be such a cool platform.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
thanks for-
No, totally true. Totally true. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. You know, it's still like 90% girls that can't dance dancing to terrible music. But the rest of it, well, you know, like my mom's got TikTok and she just follows it for recipes. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
hey, go nuts. You know, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, why don't you use YouTube for recipes? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't.
Consolidation.
Yeah. True.
For more Gaijin goodies like you just saw, be sure to subscribe to the Gaijin Guys podcast and turn on all notifications to be part of the live stream every Sunday. You can also find us wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, etc. You can find even more exclusive content and reactions on our Patreon, patreon.com/Gaijin Guys. I'll see you there. Adios.